Welcome back, Nerdiverse, for another episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This podcast can be found live on YouTube right now, live on Twitch right now, and in future perpetuity on YouTube until the robot overlords decide to scrub all of our data for theirs. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me, as always, is Master of the Nerdiverse Jedi Counselor, our own Wash. What's going on, sir?
What up? Glad to be here. Happy Friday, the week for the eating holiday. I always time of year as man. All right, why are we lagging already? Stop it. I
Okay,
always
go
like
ahead.
this time of year as everything is possible about a week out. You know, the ham, the turkey, the three types of two different cakes to six pies. And as we get closer, we just start whittling it down. Well, you know what? Maybe we don't need a full turkey. Maybe just a still works. So, yeah, glad to be here on this Thanksgiving.
Wash it. The six pies, bro. That's out of control, dog. What's going on, Bradley? What's going on, good sir? Yeah, this is the 0 hour, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Do you have any potlucks you're looking forward to joining, dog?
No, man, I'll probably make a couple of cakes. I have been teetering. I was sold on doing a turkey, but a lot of people been talking a lot of turkey hate lately and got me thinking about a ham. It's been a while. You always feel bad after you eaten like an 8 pound ham. You're like, that's gone. Mm.
Bro, but those ham sandwiches for the next 7 months be smacking,
Bro,
bro. Them ham
bro.
sandwiches with the real ham? It's crazy, dog.
Yes. So, that said, a lot of stuff to talk about this week. Good week still in the world of nerd, and Lord knows we all get some time off here shortly to catch up because
Oh
I know I'm
yeah.
behind.
Well needed time off, well needed R and R, as it were. Because the holidays are amongst us. Mariah Carey, like Mumra, is calling upon the spirits of evil to grant her decaying form into Mariah Carey. Oh, Mike
Man,
Prime, what's going on?
million
I was thinking
dollars.
about you. $1 billion. $1 billion. Mariah Carey's gonna come up. A storm's gonna brew, and Mariah Carey's gonna be there, Doug. You know, with the hymns, Doug. Bro, yeah. Very excited for this week's episode, man. And without further ado, let's roll right into week of podcasting. Sting. Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, episode 144. Pokemon Hunger Games, dude. Pokemon's been doing some weird stuff lately, man.
I mean, that's a hell of a story.
Isn't that
that's,
crazy?
that's a
Yeah,
hell of
wait.
a story, but
Next
tease.
tease, anticipation. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. But it's not amongst these four. As before we start any episode, I always ask my gentleman, Sir Wash, of these four topics, which are the Hellraiser Revival gameplay trailer. We've been waiting for that. Um, Legend of Zelda First Look. I have thoughts on that.
Ooh,
Fortnite
interesting.
Kill Bill event. What the hell is that? And lastly, something selfishly I thought was cool. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Zoopunk official trailer. Of these four, which one are you most interested to talk about right now?
Ah, right now, you know what? I'm gonna go with the WTF of the Fortnite Kill Bill event because I had heard about it. I had not caught the details till it was on the rundown in my prep, and after reading it, I get it, but I still have a tad couple of questions. So we
I
shall see,
do too.
especially coming from a film master such as Tarantino. Like
The money
it's
must be so damn good, bro.
it's really
The,
just
mo-
huh?
the $1 billion. the money,
Million dollars.
the money
Like
must be crazy.
all
This is how
right,
you finish your story. Anywho, we'll talk about that. We'll
all
talk
right.
about that. But before we get into anything, I will always ask everyone who's watching to please spread the word about Masters of the Nerdiverse. We are a good podcast and we do good in the community. We throw out turkeys like Nino Brown, bro. We get it going.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Can I get
Go.
a turkey, bro? Can I get a turkey? Yo,
Living
man,
just
what up? Can I
enough
get a turkey?
in the city. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
We be getting it, dog. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna say that again. Like, comment, subscribe. We need all the love we can get. But before we jump into anything, how was your week?
Oh, how was my week? My week was interesting. I had a chance to finally finish Star Wars Visions, and
Ooh.
I come away it's season three. So season two is the one I have not watched. Um, I come away with feelings of, man, I need a new TV.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
just it just doesn't
Mm-hmm.
do it justice. So, Mike, I don't know. Have you gotten into Visions yet? Have you got to an episode? Okay.
Not yet.
As an
No.
artist, I'm gonna, always lean towards your way and go, yeah, this
I've
is probably
seen
something you need to
clips.
watch.
It looks gorgeous, but I just haven't digested it yet.
But on the eyes, the entire thing, if you have yourself a nice high definition liquid television, like it's like candy for your eyes. As far as the stories go, last time we spoke, I watched the first three episodes and I just finished the final six. In the past few days. And overall, Mike, you had a question. How does it tie to the inner world? And as I said, it's tight. Lucasfilm kept the reins a tad bit tighter, so much tighter that as we look at these six episodes, the last two just batty. If you have death issues, I don't recommend them because
Thank you. Thank you.
you're gonna be like,
Noted.
I, I don't feel well. You know what I mean? And the last one, it's like a '70s pink. What was the music? You know what I'm talking about?
Pink
The
Floyd,
the
like
no no
Dark
the,
Side of the Moon.
that, but it it was the movie about the music. It wasn't Dark Side of the Moon. It was like rock.
You mean
I'm
the one
gonna
with
I'm gonna look.
Pinball Wizard?
No, well, no.
You know what I'm
Damn it!
talking
I'm gonna
about,
have to look
Pinball
that up.
Wizard? Yeah,
I'm gonna have
man.
to look it up. But
Because there's a
anyway,
couple.
this last one, it's like 13 minutes and it's just a fantastic soundtrack and your eyeballs bleeding. And
Nice.
you with a story that just like you're like, I shouldn't be feeling anything. I don't even know what I'm looking at. So it is crazy. So congrats to all the studios. What I will say is that they did shout out things like Yoda. They did point directly to Order 66 in more than one episode. You definitely felt like you were post Clone War, pre Star Wars original
Hmm.
timeline. And considering where we are in our timeline in real life, it doesn't surprise me. The one thing I will say that I really liked, and we always hear, Order 66 that killed all the Jedi. Well, at the time of Order 66, the Purge, which they also referenced, the Purge. So it's a tight string. They didn't do that in season one.
Good.
Um, um, there were 10,000 Jedi. And what I really like about what I saw is any one of these could be an own individual story of a Jedi if they wanted to come to the table 15 years from now and go, we're kind of looking for a cool story to tell. We can pull from this, not copy it, Lucasfilm. Like, why are you ripping off people's stuff? Don't do that. Not
Please don't.
cool. Good
Please
for the
don't.
love of God. What are you doing?
You have
Anyway,
Imagineers, man.
like, dude, the
Please don't.
$1 billion, you print money. What do you? Oh well, this looks cool.
That
So
is,
let's
a good
just
idea
do
is a good
that.
idea, man. A good idea is a good
Well,
idea.
they're gonna
Yoink.
pay. It's probably gonna cost a lot more now than it would have up front. That's all I'm gonna say.
That
So,
part, dude. That part.
So that was dumb. But anyway, I highly recommend Star Wars Visions 3. Each, the longest one is about 24 minutes, and there's probably two or three of them. You have a two-parter in there, and then some individual vignettes, which are super cool. There was only one that I pointed to where I was like, eh, but even that turned out all right. So definitely a watch.
Lucasfilms tends to, or and by I guess default Disney tends to like to silo these kinds of characters and keep them as far away as the Disney Plus era Star Wars as possible. I'm looking at Cal Kestis. I'm looking at, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm,
even what's the word I'm looking for? Even some of the not Star Wars Visions, but the Tales of characters
mhm.
are kind of spaced away. No pun intended. Uh,
Ferris, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Do you feel that these characters and Visions could show up in live action somewhere? Like we're finally getting Rebels characters and Mandalorian and Grogu after like 20
There
years.
are two or three stories in here that are just so damn dope that you're like, I kind of hope they do something with this because
Mm.
it could be special if they wanted to. So yeah, and I'm certainly not going to ruin anything. They're short enough, just go watch it. But yeah, very, very, very good. And I certainly hope to, because it was very much Jedi forward. It was very much Jedi philosophy forward, which I live and die by. So make
For sure.
peace, be kind, be gentle.
Is
So
that
that was
is
one
that what you
thing.
got that from? Is that what you got
No,
that
that's
from?
actually Ajahn Brahm, a Buddhist monk.
Oh,
So, and
a
yeah,
real
go check
Jedi.
him out. Yeah, yeah, a real Jedi, like the
All
real
right.
one. And you can
Bet,
go
bet,
check
bet.
him out. He's out of Australia, YouTube. Just go check him out. He's got videos everywhere, huge following. Um, The other thing I did, and I kind of want to bring your attention to, because I kind of had some questions, and I'm not sure if I'm going to remember the name right off. Yeah, I am going to remember the name. But with my upcoming time off this week, I'm kind of planning to catch up on AKA Superman and Fantastic Four, two
Hmm.
movies I have not heard much about since they literally came out. No one
Yeah.
talks about these two movies anymore.
No.
And so, as you know, I finished my adventures with Superman earlier this year. So, and as a shout out to, pardon me, plug, a
Uh,
shout out to Wash's Shop, Rebels
yes.
Collectibles Archive, I
Yes.
decided to go in my archive and take a look for
Ooh.
a little bit of
Ooh.
old school
Ooh.
Fantastic
Ooh.
Four
Who is
to
he? What is he? Don't get me started, Doug.
wet
I don't
the
even know what issue that
whistle
is.
with 1961
Let's go, Doug.
issue 234, old school Fantastic Four. And I want to say, as I was reading this, because, and I picked, we do have comics over there, so go check them out. But I picked this in specific because the vibe of the trailers for Fantastic Four is the old school Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
even though it's kind of done in a modern way. And this honestly is my Fantastic Four. When I think about Fantastic Four, this is my Richards, my Johnny, you, like just the art style alone. But and this episode in itself is right before Ego comes
The
to the
Living
planet
Planet.
Earth. Yes,
Yeah,
the
you go the
living
Living
planet
Planet.
comes. Yeah, that's how it
Mhm.
ends. It's a beautiful freaking shot of Ego. I'll try and pull it up here real
We're no
quick if I
stranger
can.
to ego.
Yeah,
He
look at
knows the
that.
rules, and so do I. Yeah,
So
ego
dope.
rules, dude.
Yeah, so dope. So I had a question in regards to this awesome character, Skip
Yes.
Collins. Do
Skip
you know anything about
Collins.
Skip Collins?
Oh,
And what
you're
the
pulling
hell?
you're pulling my comic book card right now. Skip Collins. Tell me more about him. Talk about him.
Skip Collins changes the world around him, and he doesn't know he's doing it. but just as he's like thinking. So, as for instance, he goes in this specific episode, he goes to New York because his boss was supposed to go to New York, and he's like, "I hope my boss sends me to New York." And his boss, you're going to New York, Skip. So he's like, "Hey, I hope I get to see the Fantastic Four." And then all hell breaks loose. So this fantastic story about Skip and just his blissful ignorance to his own power that works in his favor. And ultimately it's dark
Mhm.
because he got his powers as a soldier, um, being tested on as a nuclear bomb like test subject.
Mm,
So
mhm,
like he
mhm,
went,
mhm.
sat in a field about X yards away from the blast, and he took the radiation, and then they ran tests on him. And he just happened to have this buzzing in the back of his head. So I was wondering, have, has this character been used before? I mean, it kind of actually sounds a little bit like their kid, like his powers,
Yeah,
but this dude is kind of blissfully ignorant. And the only other thing I could pull from that was like this was Thor's alter ego, kind of not knowing
yeah,
what was
that he
going on.
around that time, because at first I was like Skip Collins. Excuse excuse me, getting over a cold, ladies and gentlemen. At first I thought maybe he was a alter ego of the Molecule Man, who was super important to Marvel Comics, but he's not. He's a completely different reality warping character. And around that time, there was nothing but reality warping characters in Marvel. There was Korvac during the Korvac Wars, Molecule Man, Franklin Richards, just Stan Lee and Co. were just obsessed with the idea of even the mutant Proteus was a reality warping like mutant, Omega level mutant. So Skip is not completely directly on my radar because he doesn't show up in anything that I can think of. Maybe an old 60s Fantastic Four cartoon back in the day. The old cartoons with Herbie
Yes.
and stuff like that. But yeah, they were obsessed with reality warping beings like the Beyonder and things like that, where their mere thought was made flesh. So um I'm for one, I can't front. I had to do a little cheating for a second. Like, okay, we just make sure he's not the Molecule Man because I just didn't want
Okay.
to put my foot in my mouth. But yeah, he's amongst those during that time where they were just obsessed with reality warpers. You know what I mean?
Okay. Just a really random story, and it ends on ego. So I was like, is there a thorough line here? Is this just a name that has been turned into something else that I'm not aware of?
I
But
thought so, but
just
it
super
doesn't
cool.
seem like it. I'm gonna have to ask my super nerdiverse gods about Skip Collins in the future, Doug. He may show up.
And the Fantastic Car is in here, so
Oh
I
yeah,
felt
Fantastic
even
Car is
better.
goaded.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
bro. They use the Fantastic Car. They talk about Johnny's powers and how he um he has control of them, but they're not infinite. You know what I mean? They're
yeah,
super not infinite. It's like
yeah.
flame
It takes a
on. It
it
takes
takes a
some
while for him to learn how to reach like
yeah.
supernova and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can burn out at this stage of his progression.
So that is the other thing I wanted to mention, and the last thing I'm going to mention that I didn't see on the lineup, but I did kind of just want to throw out at the shout out to because I know what happened. I'd like to hear about your week. Well, we got the Game of the Year nominees that
I,
came out.
I saw that. I was very, I didn't add them because I was so I'm kind of falling out of love with the Game Awards
Okay,
because it's really lazy. You know what I mean? Like the
okay,
nominee, like I get it. Expedition 33 is the game of the year. Everybody knows it. It's one of those. And that game is literally nominated for like 13 categories. It's on some Titanic levels of, yeah, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And when you start seeing a lineup like that, it's just like, all right, guys, just bring on the trailers. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you got it, man.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. Didn't
I mean,
that game
I've heard
do like bonkers.
Yeah, I heard that game was crazy. I heard it was like very, 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 very good. You know what I mean?
I was shocked to see Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on this list as a Kingdom Come original fan.
Yeah.
Did not beat because that's an intense type of game and it takes time. Um, I've been looking forward to Kingdom Come 2, just haven't had a chance to play it yet. But I'm glad to see a lot of folks got on board with this real RPG type mechanic. You know, it's Souls like for RPGers. You know what I mean? Like, so
Hmm.
smack first time. I did it 4 times during stream today. I promise, folks. So uh, I just wanted to bring that up. And yeah, that was how my week. How was your week, sir?
Man, my week was super cool, dude. I actually read a comic book myself. Um,
Mm.
just out of the blue because I've been kind of following this comic book run and I just wanted to pick up the last book. So on my way home, I stopped by a comic book store. Shout outs to Comic Bug. And I picked up the last issue of One World Under Doom, which is kind of in
Ooh.
so facto, and it's kind of the death of Doctor Doom. You know what I mean? And just to give like an elevator pitch of what's going on, Doctor Doom, as he's one to do, Fandango's his way into godlike power, right? He always steals the power of the Silver Surfer or steals the power of Thor and just runs amok. This time, he talked himself into becoming the actual Sorcerer Supreme for the 616 universe. So he has become the that's a pretty good read. Thank you, Bradley. Exactly. It's super good. So Doom pretty much rules the world. He figured out a way to where he can be the president of Earth. He becomes mayor of Earth, and the heroes can't do anything because the general public has agreed to allow him to be mayor of Earth. You know what I mean? So the heroes are constantly trying to say, Doom, there's something up this man's sleeve. And he's just doing good things. He's curing world hunger and curing all disease. And it's all on the up and up, but Mr. Fantastic just can't settle in the fact that this can't be the way. These and it's literally a dictatorship that we've all agreed upon, very kind of topical. Um, that the heroes just can't settle on. And this is the last book and how it all comes undone. And, there's always a resettling of the stat quo. And I don't want to spoil anything because it is an excellent read, but it's probably now my favorite Doctor Doom story of all time. It is so well written and
Oh,
so smart. And Doctor Doom is like probably my second favorite DC villain outside of Magneto because I love villains that just are kind of right. You know what I mean? Like, okay, your anger is is vindicated, and I could probably join your side if you talk to me long enough. Doom
I'm a
is one of
fan of
those.
Luther. Luther's my one. Like,
The
sorry.
villain with a point. The villain with conviction. So I definitely recommend anybody who's looking for a modern comic and may want to get a taste of things to come, a la Secret Wars, to kind of see what you're getting yourselves into. If you are not really into comics, and like, who's Doctor Doom? Why is everybody making such a big deal out of Doctor Doom? Go read One World Under Doom. It is an excellent read.
How
I'm gonna
many
pick up the
books?
it's kind of spread out.
Okay.
Maybe 10, 15 books.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to come like in an omnibus or a trade paperback. I'm going to pick that up the second I see it, uh, just to get the full story. But yeah, that's one of the major things I did this week was really just kind of comicsology it and just kind of fell into a Doctor Doom hole. You know what I mean?
I, I like it. Did you see the shot of Doctor Doom came out last week, 2 weeks
I don't
ago?
think it's real, man. That's the
Okay.
problem. I want to talk about that. Can we talk about that for a
Yeah,
second?
man. Yeah.
Uh, I want to
That's
talk
why I
about
asked.
with the advent of AI and with the advent of Sora and all these things, you just can't tell what's real or not.
Hard.
You really can't because it's starting to blur that line. Where I saw that and for a split second, I was like, that's stupid. Why are they showing this now? Fuck, it's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a picture today of the X-Men in costume for Doom War, for Doomsday. And like on backstage, it looks so real. I don't know the difference. People are like, it made me mad because I'm like, this is a huge spoiler, right? And
Yeah.
it's just on my timeline. And I'm tight
Yeah.
because I don't know if it's real or not. It looks so real, Brian. So I may just have to, as an old man, just say, you know what? This whole social media thing's kind of dunzos, bro. Because I refuse to be spoiled on certain things. And it was literally the costumes that they look like they have from like set reveals and stuff like that. I'm like, AI has made it so impossible to tell what's actually real and what's a deep fake that somebody made up convincingly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I will give you a couple of tips because I would, a lot of folks, I mean, it's hard to tell, even for someone like me who looks at it all the time. So, rule number one, um, generally speaking, look at if it's a video, look at the length of the video. If you see something that's like 3 seconds or like 11 seconds, that's
Probably
going to
fake.
be AI. It's
Yeah.
like seven, because those are the times that they're generating right now. In the future, could be different, right? In the photos, be sure you're looking at the hands, even though the hands are really good now. The hands are really good, but you can still see some weird things with the hands. Now, second most important thing, you have to think everything is fake.
It's
You
all
can
fake,
no
right?
longer, yeah, you can
Yeah.
no longer believe anything that you actually
It's
see
so
online.
frustrating.
I
It's so
just,
frustrating.
it's just, just letting you
It's
know.
like I think about like how people go crazy as they get older. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is this what that is? Like just
Well,
now, it just keeps times keep changing. So as we get older, it's all fake. And next thing you know, we're staring out of a window because that's the realest thing we'll be able to see in our
well,
70s and our 80s, Doug.
it's not wrong, and you can go stare out of a window today, folks, right now, and see reality. And I encourage you to do it.
Go touch grass.
Yes, I encourage you to do it. Here at the Nerdiverse, I am encouraging you to go outside,
Touch
play
a blade
Pokemon.
of go play some Pokemans. Go go possibly get lost in the death forest of their Pokemon. We'll talk about that later.
Make sure
Uh,
you have backpack.
last thing before we roll on, I wanted to just briefly touch upon is I've reached a side quest on Ghost of Yotai. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and it's one of the best callbacks to a previous game I've ever played. No hyperbole. So, Ghost of Tsushima was the original game, which I absolutely loved. Probably one of my top 10 games of all time. It's super, super, super good. Ghost of Yotai takes place 300 years in the future, which is still like super, Japan, you know what I mean, with
Yeah,
samurais, and they're just now getting guns, But there's an entire side quest that's at least 5 hours of them
damn.
paying tribute to Jin Sakai, the original Ghost of Tsushima, who then I didn't put two and two together that Jin Sakai was the original very first ninja ever made. He invented shinobi, like the art, the art of disguise and the art of trickery and the art of what I'm saying, like he invented all of that and it put that together in my brain like, oh wow, that's where it talks about that and how 300 years in the future he's known as like a myth. He's an actual ghost, and our character gets to like go to his you find out what happens to him after the game where he lands at and how his future kind of rolled out. He was shunned from Tsushima because he was the very first samurai to break the code that saved Tsushima, but at what cost? You know what I mean? Our precious code is destroyed because we had to, steep to the level of the Mongolians who didn't give a damn about the code, and we're going to win. We're going to kill them all. It's going to just destroy samurai and take over Japan. If Jin Sakai, the Ghost of Tsushima, didn't break the rules, So it was just one of those moments like this is still going. This is a great side quest.
Do you find that when you hit that experience, and it was 5 hours, so
It was something.
that's
It was. I
that's
was playing
not
it for a minute.
small.
I was playing
There
it
are
for a minute.
games that are 5 hours long. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just two. Do you find that that makes the experience better in an overall game that's already that long, or do you find it a law of diminishing returns?
Oh, very good question. Uh, I started to feel it towards the very end of that. I can't lie. I started to feel like, all right, I'm locked. It's one of those where you're locked in. You know what I mean? You're locked into the side quest, and you're kind of like, all right, I get it. And then it ended right on time. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
then right when it was about to start, all right, I want to do something else. You know, I get it. You know, and it's like it was poignant and it was beautiful. And I think it's a diminishing return once the novelty wears off. You know what I mean? Like you're playing Knights of the Old Republic 2 right now, right? Oh, my favorite, one of my top, probably my favorite game of all time outside of Ocarina of Time. Game is ridiculously good. We're gonna have to talk about that in more detail one day.
Like we got to get to the show, but I got
I
wrecked
know.
today because I didn't like I thought something glitched. My dudes went. I was just me. It was like 40 freaking Mandalorians in a room, and I thought my dudes just went, and I thought
Uh,
it glitched because that's how video games work today. So I went through, and I it was a long, tedious hour and like 20 minutes, and running around a corner having to wait. Had like 10 med packs, right?
yeah.
Push a button, go to the menu, find out, oh, I haven't equipped my dudes on the last room.
We talked that happened to you before. You remember when you were playing Knights of the Old Republic 1 and you were running with Bastila for like 6 hours? I'm like,
Oh,
dude, equip your lightsaber. She has a
yes,
lightsaber?
bro,
I was like, what are you
bro,
doing, bro?
bro. Oh God. Anyway,
Okay. I,
yeah.
I don't want to
I
linger on that, but just please tell me what planet are you on? Are you still on Terrace? Are you on
I'm
Tatooine?
just about to get down to the main level of terrace of the first place.
Terrace is long, isn't it? Terrace
Yeah.
takes a minute, man.
Yeah, we just helped
Uh
the Ithorians. And I will shout out what you're talking about. It's awesome. And if you saw a post, and follow us on X, folks. I posted a book of Shadow Warrior and a book of Jax Pavan, Coruscant Knights, one of the freaking best freaking Star Wars freaking series out there, man. This thing's awesome. These books have nothing to do with each other. Upon my second listen, I listened to Shadowhunter months ago for the second time. Whatever. I'm in this book, dude. The books have nothing to do with each other. The entire first Shadowhunter book, Maul is hunting this Jedi's father, and we have no idea.
mm,
We have no idea. And so then we get to this point, and there's just a random droid with a drunk dude. And you're
nice.
like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like the story clicked for me the second time, and I was like, oh, that's so good. And it for me, I find it so rewarding. Yeah, it took, that's a 16-hour lesson. But, it's
One of
rewarding. I don't get paid for it, folks.
Hey, we don't get it. We do it for the culture, baby. We do it for the culture. One of my favorite things in the world right now are sentient droids. You know what I'm saying? Droids that have been around long
Yeah.
enough that have artificial intelligence and are alive pretty much, which is why my favorite droid of all time is HK-47 because he is just the goat and been around the longest and doesn't care and he's just great. You know what I'm saying? So HK-47, please, if you're listening, Hot Toys, 1/6 scale, diecast, HK-47. I will give you my leg. I don't need it. I don't like walking anyway. I'll give you my actual physical leg for a HK-47 diecast. Do it. That's all I have for my week. That's it. I just want to make that declaration on live TV. I need that HK-47. That's all I'm asking. I don't ask for much. I'm a simple man. I
Later
drink
this
warm.
weekend, knock knock at Mike's door. Hi,
Come
Michael.
and knock on your door.
Bone saw in hand.
Don't suck.
So,
Just cut me at the knee. Cut me at the knee. Let me keep my thigh. Let me keep my thigh. All right. Here's your HK-47. You're gonna see it back there, just one tear down my face. I did it, guys. On a very special, figured it out. On a very special, figured it out.
uh,
Mike
uh,
makes the ultimate sacrifice for his grail. You know what I'm
that
saying?
gives me chest cramps.
Oh, you ripping me up, dog. You ripping me up, dog. That's the ultimate sacrifice. Speaking of sacrifices, let's get into the news. We're talking about Hellraiser Revival official Red Band trailer introduces a totally new story about a guy named Aiden who must unlock the dark powers of the mysterious Genesis configuration puzzle box to save his girlfriend from the horrors of hell. Wash, what were your initial thoughts of this trailer?
Ah, man, I've been waiting on this Hellraiser trailer because I was wondering if the game was a figment of my imagination at this time. This trailer's bonkers. This game probably gonna be bonkers. I do have questions into regards to will this be a good game? I certainly freaking hope so. I like what they did. They opened it. You're gonna be cruising through, you're gonna be walking the world. There's gonna be crazy things for you to look at, and I can appreciate that. But the gameplay felt a little dishonored part one to me.
Mhm,
And I mean, we know what we know when we see it. You know what I mean? So I'm
mhm.
hoping that they give us just a tad bit more and it's worth it. If they're going to do that and it's not going to be Silent Hill type of situation, I hope they can figure it out. That's
I
that's
n-
for me.
I need to see a guy on a controller just play it. I don't want quick cuts. I don't want the gore. I don't need all that. I just want to see a life bar. I want to see detective mode or whatever is going on in this game, just to kind of see what the game flow looks like. Because, like you said, the animations look a little stiff. It needs a little bit of work. You know what I'm saying? It does look like it's going to have amazing set pieces, Boo Haunted House, all that good stuff. I'm just worried about if the gameplay rhythm is going to be fun. You know what I mean? What is this? It gives me like on the best of things. It gives me like Condemned vibes. Remember Condemned on the Xbox 360, where you're
Yes.
playing that detective and holy crap, there's a bear. And next thing you know, you're shooting at a damn bear in a dilapidated apartment building, and it has that tenseness and builds atmosphere. On the worst of things, it's giving me like Saw vibes. Remember the Saw games on the
I
Xbox
did not
360?
play the Saw
They
games,
were so
so
bad and just
yeah.
stilted and just very by the numbers. So, like I said before, this is absolutely giving me BioShock vibes. I thought this was going to be something completely different, but it feels like it's going to be like a first person, almost like Outlast type of thing going on. A little too gory. There was some sex scenes in there. I'm old now. Back in the day, that would have been groovy. Yeah, kidding. But now as an older man, I'm just like, all right. I just want to see what it. Let's get to it. Is this going to add to the lore? Is this canon? Is this the figment of someone's imagination? I'm sure Clive Barker gave his okay on it, but he's probably
And
okay in
that's
everything at this point.
I thought during my research I looked up who was behind this game, but I think I looked up who was behind something else. So I don't have that information. Yeah, I don't have it. But I was thinking about this. Is Hellraiser? Is Hellraiser the best rendition of hell that we've seen on film?
I don't think so. Because if you ask Clive Barker, they're not in hell,
Oh,
right?
correct,
If you ask Clive Barker, they're not demons, right? This isn't hell. It's some kind of
correct.
experience space created by Leviathan, Lord of the Labyrinth, right? So if you ask him, this isn't technically hell, right? But if you ask me what's the best rendition of hell put on screen, that is a very tough question. I think about movies like what's that one Robin Williams movie where he goes to heaven and he dies and he has to go through hell to find his wife. What dreams may come.
Oh God, damn. All right.
Yeah, deep pulls. I'm thinking about like Event Horizon. Hell is just a word. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm thinking of other films that just have depictions of hell. Even Little Nicky, for Christ's sake. With Adam Sandler. But
Actually, one of his better movies, to be perfectly honest with you.
Truth be told. But yeah, HBO Spawn rules. Don't get me started on HBO
Oh
animated Spawn,
yeah,
bro.
Bradley, good shout
Good
out.
shout
I
out.
like
HBO
that,
Spawn is
man.
goaded, dog.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Woo.
Good one.
But yeah, I don't know. I hate the Hellraiser is hell angle because that's
Okay.
not what Clive Barker wanted envisioned for these characters. He's like, yeah, they're kind of like emotional knots, surfing the outer reaches of experience. So I don't know. It depends on because certain it's like very Godzilla. Go see our Godzilla -1 review where half of Hellraiser is Lords of Experience, the other half of Hellraiser is demons and Welcome to Hell, and he's doing all this religious stuff like in Hellraiser, Hell on Earth. You know what I mean? I am the way and all that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what these creators. I'm sorry, I didn't. Pinhead did. I'm a God fearing man of Christ. You know what I'm saying? I don't like playing with
Uh,
stuff like that. But Pinhead did, and I had to hit him with the Antichrist stab. That's no. I'm not making that a thing. I'm not making that a thing. Stop, stop, stop. All right. I'm excited for this. It's a day one for me. It's Hellraiser. Our channel motto is we have such sights to show you. I gotta do it, right?
yeah.
We'll see, man. There's a lot of games to play. Got to get through Yote. I got to get through Outer Worlds 2. I don't even know when this comes out. This will come out this year, next
Well,
year, or
and
what?
that's what I was gonna say. Is that original trailer had New Year's Day or 12/31/25 on it, so it was supposed to be December 31st. This trailer had wish list now on it,
Happy
so
Happy New Year, I
yeah,
guess.
we'll see what happens. I don't know. Might have got
Yeah.
pushed.
Just so you guys know, we are going to be taking a sabbatical for the holidays around December. So we'll have something to talk about when we get back. You know what I'm saying? Something to hit you with. And there will be content in the interim. Me and Watch are working on getting some stuff up, making sure that you guys are staying warm, for the Yule log. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're good to go. You got some hot cocoa. Speaking of having to build a fire, speaking of having to build a fire to survive, can we talk about Poke Park Kanto, bro? The Poke Park,
Please, please, because I you can go ahead introduce because I this was not on my radar till right now. I did not know such things existed. So
I'm gonna pull back the curtain. But first things first. Pokemon Kanto is a brand new theme park that's going to be in Japan. That's going to be more of a kind of sightseeing general park kind of vibe where you're going to walk around and see Pokemon in their natural habitat, doing all types of cool things like scurrying and having battles and stuff. That part's all good and dandy. But apparently, there are strict rules that park goers have to abide by, and almost like physical checks to make sure that you're physically fit enough to endure the park. Is your constitution strong enough to defeat Park Kanto? Wash, I ask you, are you prepared to enter the Park Kanto? Would you make it out alive?
look, I love that you have Hunger Games down because that trailer came out this week, and I've never had a theme park tell me, well, if you were not physically fit, you may like get hurt
Yeah,
here. It's like a weekend boot camp. You're like, I'm gonna go do weekend boot camp, and then Friday night you're like, can
I
someone come
changed
pick
my
me up?
mind. Can someone come
No,
get me?
dude, the doors are locked, bro.
Gonna send out a flare.
Here though, they're like, yeah, you're going to be on your own because you're just kind of walking around. So I would like to talk about the 110 stairs that you may be required to walk. No, you have
You
to be able to
will.
walk up
You will be
in
required.
order to go to the park. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you cannot walk up 110 stairs, you cannot enter. They said diabetes, pregnant women, people who get winded easy. They said you can't have a couple of cocktails and go walking in this place. You can't do any of that. 110 stairs, I looked up on our precious GPT before we got started, is approximately 6 floors. Don't get me wrong, right?
Six
I can
flights of
walk
stairs.
Yes, I can walk up 6 flights of stairs. Do I want to? No. Will I be tired afterwards? Yes. Will it hurt? Sure, by number three. And I just want to reiterate that when you're walking upstairs, you are gaining, again, GPT, 20 meters of elevation. So it is 3 times harder than walking in a straight line. If you're walking in a straight line, this is about 1/10 of a mile. Not a big
Talk to
deal.
him.
It's a
Talk to him.
block. Hey, we can do a block, but you're not. You're walking up steps. And thus it turns into elevated terror. Cause 6 flights of stairs, man. I mean, what what happens if you like what
What
happens
happens?
after that? Like, where are you? Do you have to walk up more stairs? Is there like five and then four? Like they said you can see Pokemon in the park. I just had Jurassic Park style feeling
Scenarios, right?
listening to this and being like, I'm tired and now I may die.
Bradley said this is a boot camp shit. No, I'm imagining climbing Everest and seeing the frozen bodies on the way up. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a skeleton wrapped around a Charmander for warmth, bro. Like I applaud the the bluntness of the Japanese, gumption. Can you defeat Pokepark Kanto? No, I'm overweight. I can't go. It's not built for me, dog. Like most people that think they're in shape aren't going to be able to do this, man.
This park is not coming to
It's a
America.
nightmare. This park is a
Okay,
nightmare made flesh, bro.
it's not coming to America. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
Because
know.
you got to think about it. You're still in the forest, right? Things go down in the forests. What if a random like I don't know the zoology of Japan, bro, but I'm guessing there's wolves. There's wolves and Ghost of Yote. I'm assuming there's wolves in real life in Japan. Foxes, deer ticks. I don't know what's out there, dog. Anything could happen, and you're not supervised. So if you fall or sprain your ankle, let's say on floor 5, you got to figure out a way down or figure out a way up because they're not coming to get you.
I gold mine. I've walked up some hills. Hills are tough. You know what I mean? But that's gold mining. That's hills. That's mountains. Like this is a Pokemon park, right? It's a Pokemon park. And I just want to reiterate, I don't know anyone besides firemen and police officers and maybe cross country and track stars that need to go walk up 6 flights of stairs at any given moment. They didn't say you get to do it once. It implies that you have to be able to do it at any given moment.
Moment. Yeah. And mind you, I used to work for Disneyland, right? When I was a
Oh,
kid in my 20s, I used to work at Disneyland. It was an amazing time. Never traded. If you've ever been to Disneyland Anaheim, it is all up. It's steep. It's uphill. From the beginning of the park to the back of the park, it's a steady incline up. And it's an incline down. So walking around, I've never been the fittest guy, but my calves were crazy because I was going up and down Disneyland Park. The difference is, Kanto, is that Disneyland had literally somewhere to rest every millimeter of that park. If you want to sit on a chair, there's thousands upon thousands of chairs. There's benches. There's little pots that you can just sit on. There's rides you can go on to rest. This is the implementation is implying that if you're not ready for the challenge, don't even bother. We're not going to let you in. Hey,
they,
Tubby, go back to the car. You're not built for Poke Park Kanto, dog.
they should change it to Poke Park Survival.
That's what I want. Pokemon Hunger Games, dude. Give everybody like a little backpack. They're like, with like a little flint, like a flint light, and some rations. and 2 sticks to rub together, dog.
No, you just get the ball. It's a lighter.
Oh, you
That's
gotta
it.
catch you gotta
Yeah,
catch a
bro.
Charmander for fire.
You're on your own.
You gotta
Here's your
catch a
ticket.
squirrel. You gotta catch a Squirtle for water, dog.
That'll be 35,000 yen for one. No.
You see a small Japanese family tying a tourniquet to their 8-year-old because the poor baby like cut its leg on a twig and there's no one around.
All right.
Does your kid need help? Nah, he's a tough one. Either he makes it home or he doesn't. We could just have another one, dog. It's crazy. Oh, that's probably my favorite thing to talk about in the world. Um, I don't mind the steps at all, the hard work, but if I can't get drunk or high, I'm good. Bradley wants to go there and get blitzed and not come home. That's what
Yeah,
Bradley's saying.
you can't have beer and
Nah,
walk up the steps. That's a no. They're like, no, you may be in trouble.
you may pass out, bro.
Like,
You just may pass out from the elevation and from the repetition of the steps. You're just gonna fall down, and that is a suable situation, and they don't want that here at Pokemon. A subsidiary of Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of steps, are you ready to step into the world of Stargate once again? As Amazon, who's not been slouching on their production of these shows, has said, hey, we're going to be putting a new Stargate on Prime Video. I'm a quiet Stargate fan. I saw it in theaters. I love Stargate SG-1. It's one of those guilty pleasures where it's just stupid TV I used to watch. Wash. Do you have any affinity to Stargate, or does this announcement excite you on any level?
Excite, not necessarily. I have seen Stargate, watched the movie, watched the television show back in the 90s. It was never my thing. I was more of a Sliders fan at that time.
Okay.
I was into Sliders, and that was my go-to along with Next Generation. So I kind of missed the Stargate craze. That said, especially in the world we live in now with, disclosure, UAP. Did you check out the comment? Yeah. You
The
check out the
comment
comment,
legit
Mike?
scared me, so I've been ignoring it. I'm not going to lie to you. The whole
I okay.
Atlas, whatever.
Yes,
I kind of
Atlas.
mentally checked out because I didn't like the idea that it was coming this week. Thank God it
Okay.
hasn't yet. I just couldn't handle
Okay.
it. I let the universe take seal my fate.
Well, on news of that, things of that nature, it intrigues me to see what a Stargate looks like today, what they do, and they're bringing back the original creators, so that's cool. Yes, it is. It is definitely part of the Nerdiverse. I would like to venture down further, and you know how these things go. Next week, I may come in and be firing. Yo, bro, I watched 4 episodes of Stargate. Dope. We'll see how it goes, but yeah.
One thing that has me interested in a show like this, with modern sensibilities, is that Stargate looked crappy all the time. You know what I mean? It was just so ahead of its time with its ambition. You had Star Trek level aliens, you had bad CG, you had all types of stuff going on. It just looked horrible because it's a product of its time. I'm curious to see what graphically they can do with a show that's so far fetched and so almost kind of like sublime as Stargate. You know what I mean? Are they going to take it back to the Egyptian aliens? Are they going to make it crazy like SG-1? I'm curious to see what direction they go, because Stargate was dumb. Stargate was up there with like a Sliders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a Millennium. Remember Millennium, Doug?
Millennium, yeah, I remember Millennium. Yeah, man, those crazy '90s, early 2000s sci-fi shows. There's at least a
Goated.
dozen of them, but
Oh,
they're fun. They're fun.
very
They're
fun.
cotton candy for the
The
brain when
mind.
you're eating dinner or working on that project in the afternoon. So from that aspect, I will say the Stargate always did just look terrible. It's like, damn, dude, like it just looked bad. It
It
looked
needed
like
$10 more.
it looked,
It
yeah,
needed
man, it
10
looked
more
like they
dollars.
took some wire and some gold around the thing and set it up in a parking lot. And they're like, yeah, man, Stargate. Like,
A damn Christmas wreath with like gold on it. You know what I'm saying? What happens when you inject money into an idea like this? You know what I'm saying? Bradley said, the Amazon Prime has been doing really good with their content. Yeah, give something this crazy to a company that has a infinite money What does it look like? You know what I'm saying? Are they? Is it going to be serious in tone? Is it going to be goofy? Fallout's doing great, and that's a very goofy show. It's a very silly show just by the nature of its content. So I'm very interested to see what they do with Stargate. Yeah,
we we talk about this type of thing a lot here, and we're still in the throes of Warner Brothers being sold, Netflix going, hey, you know what? We're going to put your properties in the movies. Not to say that they know anything about the movie business whatsoever. They know about the streaming business. That said, Superman, Superman. So, what I'm glad to see is that Amazon went and pulled the original creators, the
yeah,
original people who made that show, and said, you know what? Give us a fresh idea. Get don't And they're like, you know what, we can do that. We're not going to do the same thing. It's going to be the same world, different story. And I'm all about expanded universes in this day and age, and not Marvel. FYI, Marvel, why haven't I been excited to see Fantastic Four? Why have I waited so long to watch Fantastic Four?
because they are creative. Because they just literally put the entire company on autopilot until the X-Men show up, and it's all suffered. And I, as a Marvel shill, you know, I pray that once the X-Men are here, it's all good times and rainbows. But I don't know, man. The next big thing hasn't come yet. The next big wave of genre, you know what I'm saying? The superhero ship has sailed. We can all admit that. But what's the next thing? Is it going to be horror again? Is it going to be westerns? Will Stargate usher in a new love of sci-fi? Like, all it takes is one good project.
I'm just gonna shout out how now, right? I'm sure you didn't watch it. Night Patrol. Did you see this stupid trailer? So it's like Denzel Washington cop movie where he's the bad guy.
No.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that movie in the '90s. I'm King Kong, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I know the
So
trope.
that type of vibe with CM Punk, only they're vampires. And it's called Night Patrol, and it looks stupid, and it looks fun, and it looks like it's great.
Where
And I
can I
was
find
like,
this?
this looks freaking great. And I was like, ah, vampires are back.
Where can I
Vampires,
find this?
werewolves. This is it's a trailer. It dropped. Please
Okay,
watch it.
okay,
Please
okay,
watch it, Mike.
okay,
Please
okay,
watch it. It looks
okay.
great because it's a twist. You didn't see it coming, and they they gave away too much. Had they just kept most of that trailer under wraps, it probably would have been
Okay.
one of the surprise movies of the year next
You
year.
just
But
you just
anyway.
triggered me with the whole King Kong ain't got shit on me, right? So I have to talk about this. It was part of my week, but I just left it off because it's dumb. I tried watching the Power series. Do you know anything about this? The 50 Cent
Like
driven,
Showtime.
yeah,
Is it Showtime?
Showtime,
Yeah, yeah, Power. Yeah,
Ghost and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It is some of the worst writing I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
entire life, bro. Like, it is like Fast and the Furious levels of dialogue and character development where it's like, yeah, there's a new guy to the streets and he means business, but you got to sell the game to play the game. I've been playing the game my whole life. I'm a part of the game, but you're not the king of the game. Ghost is the king of the game. Are you gonna sell him that blow? I blow like the wind. It's like it's so bad, bro. It's just it's
Hey,
like
that
so
thing was on for
stereo.
like 4 or 5 seasons, wasn't
People
it, man?
eat it up. They love it,
Yeah.
bro. And I'm like listening, and it's bothering me. I'm over here working on like my 1/6 scale, and it's on the background. I keep doing this. That's dumb. That's dumb. The game is to be sold, not to be told. Like, stop saying stupid things like that, dog. It's the absolute is ass. I'm sorry. Moving on. Moving on from that. Speaking of things that look ass, we're talking about the Legend of Zelda First Look. Shots
Bradley,
fired.
shout out.
Bradley, did you
He
see the
just
Legend of
asked.
Zelda set leaks? This
Nice
is why he's
transition,
this.
buddy.
I've known this guy since I was like 10, dog. This is why the minds are linked, dog. Like a damn Jaeger. Yes, we got our first official look of Princess Zelda and Link himself in a field looking very what's the game that just came out? Not uh 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 dang it. It's the Switch Legend of Zelda. Not I
Oh,
did you
yeah,
but
damn it,
Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild. Looking
Breath of
very
the
Breath of
Wild.
the
Thank
Wild.
you. Yes,
Thank you.
thank you,
Okay.
thank
Ooh,
you.
I got to save the clip.
I
This may
was
be a clip.
yeah.
Jesus. But yes, we got our first look of Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, because there were these set leaks that just went out, and it's almost like a here's Legend of Zelda. We rather put out these nice, perfect photos and have you jerks screen snipe our set and put out these non-flattering images of these characters. Um, Wash, what are your thoughts? We talked about this before with our hype over the Super Mario movies. Seeing a live action attempt at this gaming classic, are you more confident or less confident in these images in this
I'm
project?
really glad you prefaced it with my comments about Super Mario Brothers and Nintendo because I had forgotten. And on that note, I'm now going to lean towards the benefit of the doubt. Again, it's a first photo, right? I they could be doing anything. They could literally be standing there looking at the food cart, like taking a rest. Like they could be doing anything. So I don't lend a lot of credit to it. But that being said, upon my first look, I was like, man, what are they doing? Why are we here? A lot of questions, right? And I'm not sure that these are the questions that I should be asking. I don't know what I want. But when you say Super Mario Brothers,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go, okay, you know what? Fine. Fine, Nintendo. You want to give me Lord of the Rings like preteen years? Okay. That's cool. I don't care. But all right, we'll see what happens. But to our earlier point when we talked about this summer, he doesn't talk.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
when
That's it.
I see this,
It looks dumb. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It looks dumb. Imagine. Okay. Good things first. What I pull from this damn image is that okay, they're in a field. It looks like Hyrule. Fine. At least it's not Lincoln, New York. You know what I'm saying? At least they're not trying to modernize it like damn Monster Hunter or something like that. At least there's not a chopper in the background. You know what I'm saying? Fine. Zelda looks fine until she speaks or does something other than stand there looking at the craft service table. I don't know. It looks fine. She has arrows. She's wearing the classic blue suit. She has the elf ears. My big problem is Link. The kid has what you call a punchable face. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen somebody who has a punchable face? Like I'm looking at you and I just want to punch you in the face. Like I don't know you. You're probably the best piece of sliced bread, but your face screams just punch, you know?
yeah,
And Link is like the warrior of virtue. You know what I'm saying? He's beyond words because his actions are his words. I am so not okay with this. Like you said, it's a screenshot, and my gut is telling me I want to punch this kid in the face. It's a very like Miles Teller type effect where it's like, you don't look like Mr. Fantastic.
ooh,
You're not Mr. Fantastic.
ooh,
I'm automatically mentally checked out because you
ooh.
don't look like Mr. Fan. And it's like, this kid doesn't look like Link. It's not at least what I would think Link would look like. But who knows? He may sell me. It may be like a Heath Ledger situation, and he may be the best thing since sliced bread. Benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
I hate to bring up Star Wars, but hell, that's what I do. So I'm gonna bring up Star Wars, and I'm gonna say there's a there's something that I learned about film, or at least casting, when I was younger through Star Wars, the prequels. And Anakin Skywalker was fact. I don't care. Fact. He is not good as an actor in episode two.
Hmm.
Episode one is the other kid. In
Yeah.
episode
Jake
two,
Lloyd.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen. I'm not talking about him. Hayden Christensen is not a good Anakin Skywalker in episode two. He's whiny, he's annoying, and you kind of want to punch him in the face.
Hmm.
You get to episode three, and as soon as you get that iconic moment of him crying, And everything after that, you're like, yeah, this is what they cast him for.
4.
This, like, this is
Ah,
probably what he read in the casting
you have
room.
a point. Damn
So
it.
I'm asking you a question. When you think about the Legend of Zelda movie, what is the moment that is going to be the most important moment of a Zelda movie? Is it going to be
Oh,
him grabbing a Master Sword? Is it
yes,
going to be, you know what I mean?
yes.
Because when you look at him, can he do that?
I don't know this kid, man. I don't know
All
his.
right.
I need to figure out who the young actor is.
He's from the
Benjamin Ian
BBC. Yeah.
Ainsworth. And the moment you're talking about is the journey for the Master Sword. It is the most important part of every single Zelda game, where he stops using twigs, and wood, and he gets the legendary Master Sword. And it's always a thing you have to do. Maybe that are his first introduction to Ganondorf. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know what Ganondorf looks like. Anyway, you have a great point that in episode 2, it's almost like they do it on purpose. This kid is whiny. Anakin is repugnant. He is entitled. He's crying the entire film. You're like, geez, this is our goat. This is Anakin Scott. This is Darth Vader. It rubbed everybody the wrong way. But he matures in episode 3. He stands taller. He's filled out. He filled out the suit. And the moment and after that Dooku fight, you're like, okay, this is kind of scary. This guy has a darkness to him. And that scene where he's crying on Mustafar is like, all right, okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Right.
sorry.
I'm
My
sorry.
bad.
You
My
like,
bad. I didn't
yeah,
recognize your game. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So this picture here, very punchable face like Hayden Christensen had in episode 2. But I may be halfway through this movie and be moved by his obtaining of the Master Sword, or him training Epona for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Or young Link, because you got to remember he bounces between
Yeah.
young Link and what they call teen Link. So we don't even know who's playing young Link, because that's an important actor that's going to have to show up and emote and sell it, because young Link is just as important as adult Link. So it's like this has to get a lot right, bro. And I will shut up and give it the benefit of the doubt. $1 billion.
Billion
Fine,
dollars.
fine.
Billion dollars,
You
man.
shut me up. Fine. We're
I'm gonna
moving on
watch it. And
until
low
the
key,
first
folks,
trailer.
I've been trying to talk Mike and doing a lore of Legend of Zelda. I
I
was
don't
gonna
know
hit him
enough.
up again for like
I'm
let's
intimidated,
let's
man.
let's let's plan it for December 2026. It's a
I
year of
am.
Zelda,
I
bro.
am. I am.
2026 year of Zelda. Let's do it, bro.
Here's the
We'll
thing,
do them
man.
all.
Here's the thing, man. It's like when we had the idea for like doing a lore on Legend of Zelda is like doing a lore on the Keyblade.
Oh,
It's intimidating. I'm scared to jump into the world of Kingdom Hearts. It's too big. I'm scared to jump into the lore of Legend of Zelda because it's so big. It's like 40 years old at this point. Every generation has had a Zelda game, and they all tell different Link stories, and they all link up in a weird way. No pun intended. Ah, December
just
2026. Fine, we'll put it on the books. Fine,
just
fine.
schedule it.
I'm scared, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Speaking of things that
Ah,
actually got
Christ.
me scared, Fortnite is bringing a Lost Kill Bill short to life. This is absolutely insane. The recent Fortnite Chapter 7 event, Uma Thurman appears alongside Quentin Tarantino as Epic Games has unveiled an animated short titled Yuki's Revenge, which is apparently a lost short that Quentin Tarantino wrote while working on Kill Bill that he's bringing to life in the world of Fortnite. Wash, I ask you, why do good things go to Fortnite to die?
I don't know. I've never played Fortnite. Just saying. Simpsons looks beautiful. Here's what I'm going to say about this story, and I'm going to try and keep this relatively short. Quentin Tarantino can be considered a GOAT in some
No,
category,
he's a
whatever
goat.
category you
He's a
want to
goat.
put him in, right?
Fair enough.
Is a
Yeah.
GOAT. He said with good reason, they're like, hey, why is this film coming in a Fortnite game? He's like, well, it's really the only way we could have done it
Fair.
because we can't film it at this stage because it wouldn't be the same movie. Fair enough. Quentin, There are a dozen different mediums on the planet Earth, at least, where you can do a story and make a
Like,
story in whatever like vision you want to. For you to choose to tell this story on Fortnite, I don't even know how that's gonna work. Is the world gonna explode at the beginning, and then Yuki's gonna come down like in a parachute, and then like the music, da, 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 and then like she's gonna hop on a bike? No. If you had told me, hey, I'm gonna do Yuki's Revenge in a Fortnite one-off random, cool, great. You're already doing a 4-hour cut of this film. You can't put this film in pencil, in sketch. I literally just watched Star Wars Visions that made
thank
my
you,
eyes bleed. You
thank
can't
you.
somehow figure out how to tell this story in your 4-hour cut. What is this going to be? By the 4 hour 45-minute cut with the Fortnite version in it. Like, what are we doing? $1 billion, sure, it's your movie. Do what you want with it. I don't care. But am I going to watch Yuki's Revenge on Fortnite as a Kill Bill fan? No. Am I watching the Kill Bill extended cut? Not really. I'm not sure it's necessary. And until I hear otherwise, I'm gonna stick by that. Sorry, Quentin.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. I'm not upset about it. It's just these weird things,
I'm
man.
kind of
Just these.
upset about it. Is this
We
poor?
got Bruce Lee 2 weeks ago. Like just weird things.
Did you hear about the other Hitman thing where Eminem's coming
Eminem.
to the game and you have to kill Slim Shady? Like it's getting weird, bro. Like these actors are selling their likenesses to these companies just like they're about to die. It's like I gotta get this money now. I have to do it now. Otherwise, it's never gonna happen. There's almost like it's almost like a panic to it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta sell my likeness. Uma Thurman, are you willing to do this? Yeah, the Earth is ending. And you know, I Atlas 8330 is coming, dog. Get the money now. We got to go to our underground bunkers. It's weird, man. It's like you said, Fortnite has done this before. We learned that Palpatine was coming back for the last for the what is it, the last Skywalker
Hmm.
in Fortnite, right? That's like plot points are being revealed in this game because they feel it's so big. Um, you ask how it's just going to be presented. It's the most tackiest way. There's a giant screen in the world of Fortnite. Everybody stops what they're doing, stops playing the game, and go watch the screen a la drive-in. That's usually how they do this kind of thing. Like the Travis Scott concerts and the
Why
Doja
couldn't you
Cat
just put that
concerts.
in your film then?
Why can't you just put that on Netflix? Why can't you just with K-pop Demon Hunter? Why can't this just be a short you put on on Miramax, Disney Plus? You know what I'm
You're
saying? Like,
Quentin freaking Tarantino, bro. Like you have options. The master of the 30 millimeter film and like what are we doing, man? And I just want to say that it's no real hate against Fortnite. For me, as someone who's worked in marketing my whole life, you can't tell me that, oh, well, by doing this, we're going to be building a massive Kill Bill following on Fortnite.
but for what? Is there some great Kill Bill a revival that we don't know about? Why now? Why now? He's making his 10th and final movie. Quentin Tarantino is right now. He says, I'm making 10 movies. That's it for my career. There is no more Kill Bill other than this. And it's like, we've been waiting for the full Bloody affair. We've been waiting for Nikki to come get revenge on Beatrix Kiddo. We've been waiting for all of it as Kill Bill fans. And it's been dormant. Quentin says things here and there, but for the last 20 years, it's been absolutely dormant. This is how we get more Kill Bill, not in an animatrix style anime, which would be sick if they just did an
Awesome.
anime.
Awesome.
Do an anime of Kill Bill. Like you
Awesome.
said, Star Wars Visions, right? Do some shorts of Kill Bill. Where are they now? What is the little one doing now? Like, you can do so much things. And this is how we get Kill Bill content. The sister of Yogogo Yubari is getting revenge on Beatrix Kiddo in 2020 in 2003. it's just I get the marketing ploy of Fortnite. It's the biggest game of all time. I get the dollar signs behind it, but it's the Jurassic Park saying of just because you could, you didn't stop to think if you should.
People are playing Fortnite.
Right now,
You know what I mean? They're
right
not
now.
they're not going to stop Fortnite after watching whatever
To watch it, a
45-minute this is.
20-year-old movie, dog.
They're
That you don't.
not. It's not happening. Luka Doncic is not going to be like, oh shit, I'm going to check out Kill Bill now.
Hey,
He may
man.
watch it on the plane, but he's going to continue playing Fortnite. Why $1 billion, bro? That's
That
why.
that
So
10th grader that's playing Fortnite and Roblox doesn't care about Kill Bill. Dog. It's not
I,
for. It's not your target audience.
I don't mean to be upset
I
about
don't
it.
know.
It's
I
just
don't.
weird.
It just
It's just
bothers me
weird.
that this is how we get new content nowadays.
Especially this
That's the biggest
content.
problem. This kind of content,
It
like
like
there's there's other ways to get this out there, man. And like locking it behind a video game, any video game for that matter, is kind of just seems like it's. I'm Charles Barkley, and I am here to represent Pioneer Chicken. It just
you
seems
you
silly.
couldn't put together the money to like make it into a video game.
Probably not. Like I said,
Like
Kill Bill is dead. Kill Bill's been dead. They killed Bill, bro. Bill has been killed. It's over. There's nobody
All right.
pining for Kill Bill
Valid.
content. How else are we gonna get this out? No one else is. Netflix probably said no. Let's be real. Amazon probably said no. And Quentin is like, I don't care. We'll take it. Fortnite. What night? Fortnite is the thing your kids playing. All right. How much did they want to pay us? Whoop de whoop de whoop. Do we have to do anything? I'd be surprised if and we talked about this last week. I wouldn't be surprised if Uma Thurman's voice wasn't completely AI generated.
We shall see. We shall see.
I'll leave it at that.
Oh man.
The final topic for the evening is a game that I just happened to come upon going through my week, finding content for us to talk about. And I saw this extended gameplay trailer of a game called Zoo Punk. And my jaw was kind of on the ground. You know what I mean? It looked gorgeous. It looks like a third-person action team shooter. Not even a shooter. Almost like a Devil May Cry, almost like a character action game, but you could bounce between these 3 different characters. And you know what sold me? It gave me like Bucky O'Hare vibes. Remember Bucky O'Hare? You know what I'm saying? Like the cartoon. Remember
Okay.
Usagi Yojimbo from Ninja Turtles? Like the samurai rabbit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, gotcha.
And lastly, it reminds me of a game that I played religiously and I loved, and I'm sad it never gone anywhere. It was called Biomutant. I talked about it years ago, where you get to change your character and do different things. I love that game. You have to play as like a furry little friend, and you're in the world after the apocalypse. And this game is like, okay, more Biomutant, more I get to be Usagi Yojimbo with the dual swords and stuff. It looked really interesting. I want to bring it to your attention and ask you, Wash, what did you think of this trailer?
I'm glad you did bring it to my attention because I missed it when I was just going through my normal research. I completely missed it. I thought that long trailer, but kind of justified
Yeah.
because of what it was doing. It's like if you had just showed me a minute, I would have been like, I have no idea what I just watched. You know what I mean? But very creative. I like the fact that there's a bunch of different animals. Like, let's just say that the one was like a tiger that he was fighting. Just because as a game player, you know what a human's gonna do, right? And this is where my brain went. It's like after you playing as the rabbit, like I don't know what the tiger's gonna do. I don't know what type of motions that he does. And then when he actually does something, he's like freaking jumping across the screen pretty fast. It's like, oh, this is kind of sweet. What I will say is that it looks like a very cool story. And at the end, I swear to God, I'm gonna have to watch it again. It might have just been one of these dudes. I don't know. But I swear to God, there was a clip of Star Fox. It was right before they. It was right before they. Dude, it was right before they like went to like the moon shot, and I was like, they were into space, and then you just see this ear at sitting at the bar, and I was like, is that Star Fox? And
this game.
he would have fit in perfectly into this world, which is why
I
my brain
would,
went there. And so I kind of just want that and hope for it now. So yeah,
if
I'm
this damn
excited.
game
That'd be dope.
shows has freaking has the ship from Star Fox show up, I'm just going to shit myself, Doug. I'm just saying that right now. I'm going to take a crap where I'm sitting and refuse to leave, bro.
Because it looks
That's
like it's
too
a bunch of
much.
rebels hanging out. It's a rebel kind of hideout with different
Yeah,
people doing different stuff. And we could easily see Star Fox just sitting out in the hangar,
hanging
like,
out,
yeah,
a
I'm just
cameo.
hanging here having a couple of drinks real quick. And it's like,
All you need to show me is a
damn,
sewer with a pizza next to it.
right,
Why not?
right,
Why not?
right. I'm in. I'm in.
Why not? And this guy
So
kind of looks like the rabbit from Star Fox. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Floppy, Flippy, no,
Flippy,
that was the rabbit.
the rabbit.
Flippy
Yeah,
was the rabbit.
Flippy was.
That was the
He looks like
rabbit.
the rabbit from.
Oh,
Yeah,
Flippy was the frog.
Flippy was the frog.
Get
Um,
my animals confused.
Star Fox, Falco, Slippy was the frog's name.
Slippy.
And I can't remember
I
the
can't remember the
bunny's name.
rabbit.
All I
Yeah,
know is I can't let you do that, Fox. Um, where this trailer kind of caught me was when his friend showed up, the heavy rhino and the almost like rocket raccoon like squirrel, and you get to flip between them in the fight, and the squirrel is rolling. Like you said, how are these creatures going to move? How are you going to take use of these animals and their natural abilities? The squirrel starts to barrel roll almost like a Samus ball across the screen and
yeah.
do combos. And you switch to the heavy where he's like has this giant like sword chainsaw and this big heavy slashes. It gave me a lot of like Final Fantasy VII remake vibes where you can switch between the party and maybe give them assignments while you're doing something else. It looked fun. It looked
It
really fun.
looks deep. I think it looks deep. I think it might have a heavy like RPG element to it. Like
Customize.
you know,
Customize your team.
I'm kind of excited for this. This is something that I did not know existed, and I'm kind of excited for it now.
I
So
like the
for sure.
graphics. I like how the visual fidelity. I like you said, the story looks really interesting. You know what I mean? They got the Infinity Gems for some reason. You know what I'm saying? They just
That's right.
got the Infinity Gems. I don't know why. I guess
It's
we'll
the
figure
shot
those out.
right before that where he has the. It's like they come in bar, and then he's holding.
He's
Shows
holding
him
the
holding.
Infinity
It's
Gems.
like all right.
Is Star Fox just right there? You know what
The
I'm saying? He just
bartender's
shows
like,
up.
"Yeah,
And
dude,
it just
look here."
Nintendo. You just start freaking out.
I don't know
Um,
who's making it. I didn't
I
see. I
don't
didn't see
either.
that. I had
I
no
didn't pick
idea
up on
who's
that.
making it.
I didn't. It wasn't a big name. It wasn't like a big studio. I don't think. Not like Insomniac or Sucker Punch or nothing like that.
I'm gonna hope that it's Nintendo and that it's Star
I'm.
Fox.
You
So
know what? You sold me, brother. I'm a
that's
secretly
what I'm.
hope that this is a Nintendo game, and Fox is gonna show up. Dog. I'm color me excited. This is gonna be one I pick up 1,000%. And with that, we bring the end of Masters of the Nerdiverse episode 144, the Pokemon Hunger Games. Even though that was kind of my favorite topic to talk about, but we have to stick to these four. Out of these four topics at the end of all things, Wash, which topic did you end up enjoying talking about the most?
I mean, I'm. Damn. I'm gonna have to go with Zelda just because I didn't mean to be so upset with Fortnite and Kill Bill. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to be that upset. I didn't realize I had that many feelings about it. But
It's because you
yeah, apparently I
care,
do.
bro. It's because
It's
you
like,
care,
what are you
man.
doing, man? Why are you putting this on Fortnite?
Why you-
I'm not. I'm literally not going to see it unless someone copies it, piracy, and puts it on YouTube. You know what I mean? Because I'm not playing Fortnite to watch it, and that's
This
kind of a bummer.
it's a missed opportunity for people who are older than 15.
Yeah,
It's like, and the people who actually were in the theaters to go see Kill Bill, the people who bought the soundtrack. I bought the soundtrack back in the day. I was a Kill Bill head. You couldn't tell me nothing about it. And that the only Kill Bill I'm going to be able, I have to one download Fortnite, play the game, and watch. Nah, man, you're asking too much of me, dog. No, that's sad. And you know, Zelda's just I don't know, man. We're gonna have to wait. Maybe I'm a little too harsh. The kid just has a punchable face. But even now, I'm looking at him. I'm getting mad. I want the podcast to end so I can stop staring at this kid's face. I don't know.
But think about it when he grabs the sword.
He's just gonna go like this,
It's
dog. It's gonna
like,
be
oh shit, yeah, he looks
think
great.
about
That's
think
good
about when
mouse.
he gets a heart. He goes na 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 na.
Yeah, puts on the
Are they
little
gonna
hat.
are they gonna make that noise in the movie, dog? This live action? How are they gonna pull that off? How
I
do you
don't
pull
know.
off the Zelda isms in this
I have
game?
no idea until I see a
In this
trailer. I have
movie?
no idea what this is going to be. I have
Can
no
this have
idea.
an ounce of humor? Because Zelda is fairly serious, but it
I don't
does have moments of levity. It has to, right?
unless he's in the town talking to the townspeople. I don't necessarily
He
need to
doesn't
see it.
talk. He
Uh,
doesn't talk.
That's right. Well, I
Hack!
mean, getting potions. Getting
Uh,
potions.
is he gonna throw a pot, Doug? You know what I'm
I
saying?
have
Is that what's
no.
gonna happen?
I have no idea. And don't we normally get a trailer after we see something
Something
like
like this?
this?
I
Don't
have
we
a
normally get a
feeling.
teaser?
I mean, the Game Awards are next month, so
Ooh, yeah.
I
Good call.
I will say that one of the big pops is going to be the very first look of Legend of Zelda, and that is when we know where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, I'm not sold at all, but I'm willing to hold out hope. $1 billion, it's totally fine, right? Wash, do you have any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
No, have a great weekend. Hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. Glad you were able to spend some time with us.
Absolutely have a good and safe Thanksgiving. Still haven't decided if we're going to do a show that night. Probably not because I'll be drunk off of tryptophan, which is
It's a
what
Thursday night.
it is a Thursday, but that Friday,
Yeah.
that
No.
Friday, you may be live. It should be. It's not a holiday. We'll figure it out. But for those out there, have a good safe. If you're in the U.S., have a good safe Thanksgiving. If not, have a piece of turkey on us. You know what I'm saying? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G. He's been Wash. MOTN out. Take care, everybody.